Shalom, brother and sister truth seekers. We're getting close to the important seasonal transition, the upcoming Equinox event, and this is just an update on the Covenant Calendar Club's efforts. It's a worldwide shadow marking project with sundials to try and confirm this upcoming Equinox event. They've been practicing with their members very diligently for the past year, and there's a bunch of them that are going to be trying this year, and I encourage you guys to anyone who sees this to join in the effort. Just trying to learn from everyone's data as we all practice together. So collecting all the data to this Facebook group, Solar Tracking Observations Confirming the Creator Times via Genesis 1:14. And also on the YouTube channel, Faith Child. If you have any questions or would like to participate, feel free to comment anywhere at those venues or send me an email at avoiceoftruthandlove@gmail.com. If you want to take a closer look at any of the data that's being talked about, you can find it on this Facebook website. I will try to be collecting everyone's sundial data to this Facebook group, not just the Covenant Calendar Club, but everyone that I am aware of who is collecting sundial data. I try to collect it to this group, and I encourage people, if they collect data, to share it to this group. Oops. Not very tech savvy all the time. But anyway, in the description below this video, there will be a link for a folder on Dropbox that has all the pictures of everyone's data as well. So when you open up when you click on that link, this is what the directory you'll see. You shouldn't have to join Dropbox or anything. It's just a publicly available folder. And so it has the years you see here. There's some samples and a few things in here, but you're going to want to click on the appropriate year, 2024. And then these are the Gregorian months. So right now we've had a couple people practicing here in February, and so you would find everyone's data in here. And I try to list it by the date. So people are going to be really interested to see what's being collected by date, and then once they drill into these folders, you'll see who collected and where are they from. So New Zealand did some on the 19th, and Uganda did some on the 22nd. So let me see. I'm going to jump back to this group. I think I made a post here. So this is everyone's data from recently. See if I can zero in on this here. Okay, so this was it's been a little bit of a break since the fall equinox last year. I guess if you live north of the equator, it would be fall. South of the equator would be spring. But it's been a little bit of a break, but people are starting to dust out the sundial boards and get ready. There's definitely it's definitely a good idea to practice a little bit before the event. There's always a few bugs that you end up having to work out, and so I mean there's not complicated stuff, but it's just good to pull things out and start to practice a little. Make sure you got a good location where you're getting sunlight on your board as early in the morning as possible and as late in the evening as possible. Really, your target should be to collect 9 to 10 hours of data over the course of a day. So let's see here. So this was taken by who is it? Asher in New Zealand. And actually, I'm glad to see he's practicing, because his neck of the woods is going to actually be a key place to watch, I think, for this upcoming seasonal transition. It seems the Creator's international date line has been shifting. Last spring, it seemed to land somewhere right around the central United States, and as of last fall, it seemed to have progressed all the way out to the west coast of the United States. And so by this spring, it's looking like it's probably going to land somewhere in the Pacific, or possibly as far as Australia or India. So, yeah, he's in a key area, and I'm glad to see he's practicing. He's the youngest member of the Covenant Calendar Club who's been collecting data. But, yeah, just it looks like, he's done a lot of practice in the past, so this is a very good presentation here. I guess you can still see a slight curve in his data, which is what we would expect this time of year. And as we get close to the Equinox event, you're going to see that curve of data actually straighten out. And I think the only thing I would say in addition to this is we want to make sure we're getting a nice, clear picture of the data, because as we get down to that, the final confirmation of the events, we might want to take a really close look at some of these data pictures. So I might have slides like this for some people's data, possibly not for the actual event. Like, we're going to be trying to process data as quickly as possible, so we might be like looking at raw data and not have a chance to put so much nice information on it. But I mean, at a minimum, we do need to, if you're submitting data, we definitely need to know a few important pieces of information, like what time of day was your first mark and what time of day was your last mark, and where are you located. And yeah, I'll probably, there's a video on my YouTube channel that's I think it's called something along the lines of tips for collecting Sundial data. I forget what it is, but if you look for my Faith Child YouTube account and then you look for the YouTube video that's titled like Sundial tips for confirming an Equinox. Yeah, tips for confirming an Equinox event. There's a whole bunch of things. I try to make a checklist of the most important things to keep in mind as you're collecting the data. So definitely, like I said, 9 to 10 hours of data at a minimum, if at all possible. If you can't, just do the best you can. But that's really it's in the early morning and the late evening that we see the data hook the most. So that is when you really want to make sure you're trying to get a data point as early in the morning and as late in the evening as possible, and then you need at least one right around midday. But yeah, just we'll be doing a little more practice as we get close to the event, and just kind of refreshing our memory of what all those key pieces of information we need to try to measure correctly and make sure we're displaying the information on our boards. It helps to have these cardinal directions too, I guess. But let's see, who else here? Uganda. Now this looks like they are located like right near the equator, and I have always hoped that somebody would be collecting data near the equator. For years I've been hoping this, and it's going to be really exciting to watch this year, to see people north of the equator, south of the equator, and right near the equator, all collecting data all around the world and seeing the confirmation of the straight line in all of these locations, hopefully. So again, this data, I see a slight curve, which is to be expected. It does look like these pictures are a little blurry, so if I didn't mention it before, I think I was trying and say it, but we might have these, might not even have time to put nice slides like this together, but we'll actually have pictures of the raw data, and make sure if you're sending pictures that you're getting as clear picture of the data as possible, so we can really zoom in and look at things if we have to. And I'll be uploading all those raw pictures to the data folders I showed you earlier on Dropbox. So in here right now there's just the one picture that you saw, but if I have the raw pictures, I will just dump them right into this folder so people can take a closer look for themselves if they want. But I guess that's it for now. Stay tuned, and we'll be getting more into this, and like I said, updating it on this Facebook group and the Faith Child YouTube channel. So if you want to join in the effort, please just reach out, let us know. The more that do it, the better, because some people could be clouded out, and it's just it's really a group effort to try and understand and confirm where does that solar cycle begin and end. and because it seems like the design, our creator's design, he designed that solar cycle to have like this extra, 365.2-ish days, and that 0.2-ish days, just every year it causes the end of the solar cycle to kind of shift. It's just not in the same place every year, and it jumps about 25% of the map of the Earth. Every year it'll be in a different location, about fourths or fifths of the map. So anyway, it looks like it's going to be somewhere around Australia, but definitely please feel free to join in the effort. So shalom, and may Abba bless you. You continually seek out his truth and love with a pure heart.